Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Lavinia and I post videos regarding makeup, skincare, all things beauty, acne positivity, and just feeling good in your own skin. And for today's video, we are going to be doing this makeup look that I have on right now. It's a very summer-proof, sweat-proof, heat-proof makeup look that looks super natural on the skin. It's not full coverage, it's very dewy and pretty looking, and I'm showing you how to do it on my acne-prone and textured skin without covering everything up, but just giving me that nice glow. So if you want to see how I went from this right here to this look right here in about like 10 minutes, just keep on watching.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the look. So first off, I already gone in with my skincare. I used The Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2% Androgynous Solution, and then I also moisturized with The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors. I kept it really simple for the skincare today, but effective. You want to use effective skincare prep to make sure that the skin is ready to go for makeup. Now, we want this makeup to last. It is hot outside, and we do not want this to melt off, so I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This stuff is like glue for your face. Great dupe for the Milk Grip Primer. So I'm just going to take some of this, and I kind of pat this into the skin and kind of use like a rubbing and like smoothing out motion. And I really concentrate it in my T-zone because that's where the makeup tends to slip and slide. Now I'm gonna add some hydration to the skin here. I'm gonna use the Jane Iredale setting spray. This is like a hydrating setting spray. Spray that on just to kind of freshen up the skin before we go in with this makeup. Continuing with the prep, we're gonna need some SPF, and I want a little bit of that glow today. You know, we're going for that like natural looking makeup, but still gonna add some coverage. So I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I've really been liking this. This has like a really beautiful glow to it, but it's high SPF, so it'll protect the skin, and it just looks really nice on the skin, and makeup goes beautifully on top of it because it's kind of like a sunscreen and primer all in one. See how that just gave like this really beautiful glow to the skin. So now we can actually start on some of that coverage. I'm gonna be using my signature technique. So I'm gonna be grabbing the Rare Beauty concealer right here, and I'm gonna be taking this on just a little flat brush, just like this, and just a very light amount of this product. I am going to be using this to spot conceal. Now, I'm actually not going to spot conceal every single spot on my face. I have a lot of them. That would take a long time. But just these like really prominent dark ones. See, like I'm going to leave some of these ones because that will add to like that natural look that we're going for. But right now I have a lot of this deeper scarring going on as my skin is healing. If you guys saw my recent video where I talked a little bit about where I'm at on my acne journey, going through a lot of skin changes, and right now there's a lot of healing going on. So a lot of these spots have kind of gone darker. I'm trying to protect my skin in the sun to make sure they don't scar as evidently, but that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm not going over every single spot, and I'm not trying to get like that full coverage on every spot. That's the key right there. Actually gonna let that kind of sit on the face, and I'm going to apply the e.l.f. Stay All Night setting spray right over this, because this is what we want to like kind of lock down right away. As you can see, a lot of skin prep is going into this process to make sure that the skin is going to look good, and this is how that makeup will sit a lot better. I'm just going to use my Sister Cosmetics brow sculpting kit right here, and I'm just going to take this deep chocolate brown shade and just go in. I ran out of my brow pencil, so powder it is, but I'm just going to kind of go in, fill in some of those sparse areas. I have pretty naturally thick brows, so there's not too much that I add on, but you know, touching in there. The other side, and kind of try to match up my brows as good as I can. Brush through with that powder to make sure that it's all blended out and there's no harsh lines or harsh gradients, that it all just, you know, blends in really nicely. And then I'm going to take a brow gel. This one is from Merit, one of my favorites. This has a bit of color to it, and I'm just gonna brush through and make sure that the brows are gelled into place. And if you make a mistake like I just did right there, just give that a minute to dry down, and then you're just gonna flick it off once it's actually fully dry. Okay, so now that we've given the skin a minute to kind of settle down, now we can actually go in with the rest of the face makeup. I haven't used this in a minute, so let's use it today. This is from Trinny London. This is the Rebalance BFF Tinted Serum. I highly recommend using a tinted serum or a tinted sunscreen in this case. Some of my favorites are the L'Oreal Tinted Serum. Love that one. I've also really been enjoying this one from Vichy. It's a tinted SPF. Really beautiful on the skin. Ilia just came out with a nice one. Numbuzin has a nice one. There's so many out there that are really, really great for this, but you want something very fluid and something that will just kind of look like skincare on the skin. So I'm going to just take some of this, and we're not going to take too much, just like that. Now you can use a sponge for this and lightly pat this into the skin right over top of that concealer. I'm gonna have to bronze up the face afterwards because I've gotten a bit tan, but we're gonna go in with this at first, all over the face, and really pat this in with the sponge to kind of diffuse it. I'm even gonna go on the eyelids, and I'm actually not gonna use any concealer on top of this today because we want the skin to kind of have one tone. We don't want too much of that highlighting and bronzing going on because that will kind of give it more of that natural look in a way if we don't have that really bright concealer right under the eyes, if that kind of makes sense. Now we're gonna set this down. I'm actually gonna use a powder foundation in the center of the face where I want a little more coverage. This is a new one I've been trying out from Iredale. It's really nice. So I'm just gonna take the brush that it comes with and go over the places that I would want a little more coverage, because this does have some pigment to it as well. So it will kind of give you that coverage, but also mattify a bit. And then to set everything down, I'm gonna take my Milani loose powder, shake some out. I'm gonna take the clean side of the sponge, and we're gonna set right in the center of the face in the T-zone and kind of in these more acne prone places I have so that the makeup doesn't shift. But I'm using a light hand of powder every time I go in and building it up rather than slapping like a bunch of it on at once. And I still want some of that glow to remain, so I'm not going fully matte on the skin, but you know, we set it down enough. And I still have some of my spots poking through. You know, this is not a full coverage look by any means, but we're just getting that summer radiant looking look out of it. I'm gonna be a bit bougie today. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. I've really been enjoying this actually. So you just take it on a brush. It looks super natural on the skin, and I just like blend this into the perimeters, like around my forehead. I'm gonna go a little bit under the jaw and down the neck too. And then for blush, I'm also gonna go in with a powder today. This is from ColourPop. I kind of switch it out from powder to cream, but sometimes powders tend to withstand the heat a little better. And if you layer them right, they won't look super cakey. So this is ColourPop Swirled. Look how beautiful this color is. And I'm just gonna take a really big fluffy brush from EcoTools and really spread this around. I love how this gives me like that sun-kissed kind of look. I love a heavy blush, so we're just going in with that. Moving on, my favorite part about these looks is keeping it super natural on the eyes. So actually I'm gonna take a bit of the bronzer that I was using on my face, and dip in a little eyeshadow brush and just take this right in the crease of my eye to kind of bring the whole look together, like so. And then I'm going to take the same powder I was using in my brows actually, and I'm going to use this to create like this little like wing, just to elongate the eyes, give them a little bit of shape, and smoke them out a little bit. And I'm keeping it very, very tight to the lashes. I'm going to use my finger to kind of blend in the tail, and then it will give you this really like natural fox eye look where it's nothing too dramatic, but it's like just emphasizing your natural eye shape, and that's what I would follow. So if you have a different eye shape than me, I wouldn't do the exact shape I'm going for. As you can see, I'm kind of going straight out from where my lashes end, but if you have a bit of a different eye shape, I would just recommend following that and kind of creating something that will just emphasize your natural eyes. To add to that, I'm going to go in with a bit of mascara. Nothing new here, my L'Oreal Lash Fiber. This is like, you guys know, the best of the best, but I'm gonna keep it pretty light. I'm not even gonna go in with step 2 today. I'm just gonna keep it on the step 1 side because I just wanted a little bit of something on the lashes. I'm gonna go in with Rimmel Wine. And just adding that like on the very perimeter. And then I'm gonna take the Milani lip liner in the shade 04. It's like a neutral, and add that right on top. And actually I just got this yesterday, so let's use this. This is from Euphoria. It's a lip gloss in the shade Coral Fixation. Just add that on top. It has a bit of gloss to it too. So something that always happens to me is my eyelids start to crease, so I'm just going to take a bit of the powder and just kind of fix that, lock that in. And I'm going to do actually the exact same thing with my smile lines and right between my eyebrows, because that's where I tend to kind of crease up a little. I will set this all down now with the e.l.f. Stay All Night Setting Spray. I've really been enjoying this. And then what you can do is take your sponge very lightly and press over top just to kind of melt everything together. So this is the final look, guys. As you can see, the skin looks very glowy, natural. We still see my spots. You know, this is not a full coverage look, and that was not what it's meant for. You know, I'm always advocating to embrace your skin for what it is, but makeup is also super fun, and I personally love playing around with it every chance that I get. So when I create looks like this that make me feel just really pretty but don't completely hide my natural skin, it's usually what I go for. So I hope this video was helpful, and hopefully if you try this out, it will resist the heat, stay on all day, and just look really pretty on. Now, of course, remember, makeup doesn't always look like this. I am in, you know, a front of a ring light, but if I turn this down, we can see kind of more of that texture that's going on the skin. So that's totally normal. Texture is normal, acne is normal, all of that, and I just want to kind of normalize that with makeup looks, because I feel like everything here on the internet, every makeup look we see is on super flawless skin already, and it's all smoothed out, but this type of textured skin exists, and makeup can still look really pretty on it. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your summer makeup must-haves are down below in the comments, and we can kind of chat about that. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and also make sure to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And yeah, guys, that's it for this one. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lavinia Rosanda, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets.